I want to thank you for joining me here today. I'd like to talk about the issues that I'm hearing in the riding and what I intend to do when elected to bring forward the solution this riding really needs. We all know that the problems with the economy didn't start here in this riding, this province, or this country. But nonetheless, the issue of the economy is here and people are looking for answers. The Liberal government has a 5-point plan to combat the economic crisis, which includes targeted tax reductions, infrastructure spending, investing in skills, partnering with business, and supporting innovation. In this riding, we need to look at local development and infrastructure. Last week, we saw the McGuinty government, along with the municipal and federal governments, bring in an infrastructure package to this riding to the tune of $6.3 million from the province, for a total of $18.9 million from all 3 levels of government. We need a local representative here to ensure that this money flows and that jobs are created. We need someone local who can advocate for the future spending here for programs we need. We need to develop our local waterfront and promote local businesses to people visiting our area. We have a wonderful waterway through the south part of the riding, but it has been neglected and we need to change that. Not by creating another committee, but by working together to get the job done. Creating walking paths, bike trails, attractions that will bring restaurants, theaters, and events to our riding and reinvigorate our main streets and the local businesses. This will attract more tourism and infrastructure spending, which in turn will ease our municipal tax burdens. But developing our local infrastructure is only part of the solution. The economic situation is always changing, and the need for up-to-date information and the sharing of knowledge is key. That is why I would host a quarterly economic summit with federal, provincial, and municipal politicians, businesses, and labor groups in order to get the information from our local community and be able to work with them to develop solutions and bring concerns to Queen's Park to get the best results for our area. With an aging population, support for seniors is something that concerns us all. The government's Aging at Home strategy has seen the creation and refurbishing of beds in our riding, but we need to do more. We need more supports for our seniors to stay in their homes. I propose to help create a program whereby students would be hired through government programs to assist seniors with the things they need to help them to stay in their homes. Many times it's the smaller things that seniors can no longer do that force them out of their homes. This program would allow for students to do many of the things at a cost seniors can afford. As we age, many times we are no longer able to drive, which is another reason seniors are forced to leave home. This is part of the reason that I propose creating a rural transit strategy with the municipalities in order to make sure that people can get into town to get the things they need, from groceries to doctor's appointments to local shops and stores. This program would help seniors and all those who need better access throughout the rural areas of our riding. There is no question that healthcare is something that is important to us all. Access to services that are fitting to our community is of paramount importance. Increases in funding to our local hospitals has led to increased services and better health for our friends and neighbors. The dialysis unit and new outpatient services at Ross Memorial Hospital have improved services in the riding. Recruitment of local doctors is a high priority in this riding. Through the creation of family health teams, there are now 15,246 patients in this riding who have a family doctor who previously didn't, but we need to do more. When elected, I pledge to attend every meeting of the local health initiative and advocate with them to the government the needs of our community. A large barrier to family doctors relocating is that their spouse cannot find employment in the area. I would work with local businesses and the broader public sector to help create a program whereby when a family doctor wanted to move to this area, there would be supports in place to ensure that their spouse could find employment as well. In all these initiatives, education is so important. Since the Liberal government took office in 2003, we have seen our class sizes go down in the primary grades. We have seen increases in per pupil funding despite declining enrollment. We have seen constant changes in the funding formula that reflect the needs of students in rural Ontario. Locally, we created a position within the school board which used alternative methods to keep students from dropping out. This staff person went out and found students who had fallen through the cracks in the system and worked with them to find ways that would fit their needs to get them back into school. The year this program was created, 406 students returned to school and graduated. One student told me that this program had changed her life. I will work to make this program permanent and province-wide. I would also work to increase focus on skilled trades in high schools, allowing students to get started on their certification early, saves money and prepares them to start out of high school in apprenticeship programs. This would help reduce dropout rates for students who want to focus on these trades, as well as allow them to build the connections they need to enter the workforce. Our area, like most of rural Ontario, has a solid agricultural base, but the face of agriculture is changing. More and more, we need higher levels of training and education in order to run and operate the ever-changing business of farming. I would create supports for students who want to continue to study in an agri-related field by providing grants to those who will return to apply that knowledge to farming. As well, we need new supports for farmers. I would work to create and support new technologies that allow farmers to farm better and use their land and byproducts for profit. Using technologies to utilize wind and biomass to produce energy to get that energy onto the grid, to help power homes and provide other sources of income for our farmers while reducing waste and pollution into the environment. I've been working with people to develop local solutions to our issues for years, as a trustee, volunteer, and as a businessman. It's something I pledge to do the day I'm elected and every day after that. I am constantly talking to people in arenas, coffee shops, stores, and on the streets. They come to me with their ideas, with questions, with concerns. We've come a long way since 2003, but to keep moving forward, we need an MPP who understands our issues. That's why it's so important for your representative to be local. It's about more than holding meetings at Queen's Park. It's about more than a seat in the legislature. It's about understanding your constituents because you know them, because you live beside them. It's about understanding their concerns because you share them. It's about being here with them, not just in your office, but throughout the riding. At the hockey games, in the stores. It's about being available and accountable every day to the people who elect you. That's why I'm running, and that's what I can offer as your MPP.